Hello again, Gooners. This is the Loose Cannon number 31. There's no squad number for that. Again, it's because our squad is paper thin. Here's a piece of paper. Actually, it's an envelope. This envelope, let's get it right. This envelope is actually thicker than our squad. Okay, it could be worse. We could be supporting some other club, but let's not go there. But talking of other clubs, there's a lot of interest in a player that we are reportedly interested in, which is the player in question is Christian Eriksen. As well as ourselves, and I'm a little bit dubious about this so-called interest, as well as ourselves, the likes of Manchester United, Spurs and Liverpool are also chasing the Ajax playmaker, who's only 20 years of age. Well, there is a quote. It's come from De Telegraaf of Holland. Eriksen told that newspaper, "I think it's worth spending another year at Ajax because what really interests me now is to play and grow as a player. I do not need to risk anything and take a wrong step in my career. We'll see what can happen in the summer of 2013. Well, for my part, I'm quite glad that he's not going to be joining us in the near future, based on his performance for Denmark. Obviously, they won. I don't think he would get in our side, quite honestly. One player who probably would get in our side, but not definitely, is Olivier Giroud of Montpellier. Or Giroud. It's probably Giroud, actually, because like you say, où est-il, like where is it? So Giroud of Montpellier. His manager has come out and told the French radio station RMC, his manager is René Girard, and he said this: Arsenal are very interested and Giroud wants to play in England. If Arsene Wenger agrees with the president, Giroud will sign with them. That's got to be good news. Some people are saying it will signal the departure of Robin van Persie, but that's not necessarily the case. It may just be a bit of scaremongering or whatever you want to call it. Obviously, we tend to be pessimistic, don't we, as Arsenal fans? Well, fans of all clubs are similarly pessimistic when it comes to losing star players. No one really wants to be in that situation. Yet year on year, we are always facing this same situation. And it's not acceptable, but might be a little bit more palatable to the fans if we can bring in a really good replacement. And the one I'm thinking of is Karim Benzema, who's up for grabs. Apparently, the Real Madrid ace is being offered to Manchester City. That's according to the Manchester Evening News. Well, Benzema's under contract till 2015. His representative, Jonathan Hope, has been quoted as saying the following: I've put Benzema forward after a talk with a very reliable and highly placed source at Manchester City as a possible summer signing. We are working closely to secure the exclusive mandate to obtain the paperwork firstly after serious interest from the champions. We spoke to Manchester United 2 years ago. It went nowhere, which I can see is perhaps a regret on their part. The player has stated himself he will not go to Manchester United. However, he has not ruled out a switch to the champions. I will have a clearer picture soon after the Euros when I have time to sit with his representatives. But personally, I can see the business being done, and to be fair, it will rock English football. I must stress that this is at the discussion stage. And he also added, all seems in good order, but this is football and things change fast. Well, the player himself has said this recently: I would never say never about coming to England, and, to be honest, I have no real preference in terms of teams, but that is a long way in the future, not something I would ever consider at the moment. Well, obviously, if we could bring Benzema to the club, a lot of fans, as sad as we will be to see Robin van Persie leave, I think it will. Yeah, you'd have to look at it as a very positive move by the club. Imagine if we could do a swap deal with Real Madrid. Not so sure that's going to be possible, but again, as Benzema said, in football, you just never know. Meanwhile, Arshavin even could be going on the cheap. That's what we were reading recently. Well, now it appears we want more money. We want £8 million. After his performance for Russia in their demolition of the Czech Republic, you'd have to say £8 million sounds good value for money, even though he is 31 years of age. And we'll see if Zenit St. Petersburg will stretch that far with their budget. I don't personally think so. I think they reckon we want to get him away from the club. He's not a necessarily popular figure in the dressing room. Reading between the lines and even not reading between the lines, and some reports coming out of Holland, seems that Robin van Persie is not overly keen on Arshavin. But anyway, will Robin van Persie still be at the club? Perhaps not. So perhaps we'll keep Arshavin and get the best out of him at last. That would be great, wouldn't it, if that could indeed happen. But on that very subject, on that very subject, I've brought my little friend along. I think I introduced you to him before. So anyone that can't stand cuddly toys, please switch off now. But here he is. Hello, I am Andre Arshavin. Well, Andre, I want to interview on behalf of the fictional website meerkatmanamirkovo.com. I want to say, first of all, congratulations on beating the Czech Republic 4-1. The opposition started the game quite well, don't you think? Did it surprise you how they started?
Yes. Playing for poor pop side like Arsenal, I do not see many Czechs, so I feel very surprised to see so many Czechs in one night. That make it confusing, because goalkeeper is also Czech. He is double Czech, but we are good at chess, so we get him checkmate. Ha ha!
Well, at the beginning of the first half, the manager, Dick Advocaat, said something to you. I hope you don't mind me asking you this question, but I'd like to ask you, what did Dick Advocaat actually say to you?
Oh, Dick asked me to mark Czech right back. Not easy for creative player, so I laughed. Ha ha! Did you make joke? I heard of clever Dick, but he is funny Dick.
Well, in the second half, the Czechs scored. Did that make the Russian team nervous?
No, I told the team not be nervous because Rosicky is playing. If he is their playmaker, then Czechs won't play much. We let them score to make match of it. It was getting too embarrassing for Mr. Wenger. How can he leave me on bench for Rosicky? I did not want to rub manager's face in it, so I told teammate, let Czech score one goal.
And you've always been on pretty good terms then with Rosicky?
Yes, because he knows his place. His place is in Arsenal sickbay. And Arsenal sickbay is place not under threat from me. I take him flowers every day and bottle of Lucozade. It is my little joke. The Lucozade is specially made by Lucas Fabianski. He drinks the real Lucozade, then fills it up again, if you know what I mean. Rosicky say, this Lucozade tastes funny. But I just say, I am Guna. Get it down, you son. Rosicky is Czech, but cannot check. So checkmate again.
Okay, that's enough from my little friend. I brought my cards along, my yellow, red and green cards, and might have to give the red card. Shall I get the red card out for that impression? But that's all from me now. It's not a proper Euro 2012 zone report, is it? But perhaps you've had enough of that for now. But that was purely Arsenal, with a touch of Euros going on, because Euros is still going on. But that's all I'm going to do for now. And don't forget, you know where to leave your comments. And hopefully you enjoyed the show, if you can call it that. And I really hope to catch up with you soon. And until then, up the Gooners.